except that Discord is not allowing me. Oh, apparently it is. Discord is showing me as different, but hey, so what? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns and welcome to the Link to the Past No Major Glitches League Season 2. It's round 2 and today we have a mixed matchup. A 4-way for round 2. Dark World Eriror versus Doomtap and Light World swunsh versus fearagent. And who could do that matchup? Those two matchups are fantastic quality, more justice than two fantastic commentators. Retromal and Tam, it's all yours. Take it away. Enjoy yourselves.
Thanks, yeah. We have two really sick races here today. I'm pretty excited to watch. How about you, Retro?
I don't think we're supposed to talk right now.
Alright, just quickly saying we are waiting for the teams to ready up. And we are waiting for the... yeah. So just for everybody to be up to speed, the left side, Eriror versus Doomtap, is the Dark World matchup. And the right side, swunsh versus fearagent, is the Light World matchup. They're playing side by side, starting at the same time. But yeah, it's each side against each other and nothing else. So yeah, back to you two.
We're about to start soon. So yeah, this should be exciting. We have two races that we're watching. Two 1v1 races. We have Doomtap vs Eriror on the left and swunsh vs fearagent on the right. One of which is a race in the Dark World division and one of which in the Light World division. So we're starting with Escape, the objectively best split in the game, right?
Yeah. Same old Escape. Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully be seeing some nice movement. A couple rooms with some RNG that can be a little rough to deal with, but ideally we see it go cleanly for all four. So in terms of the two races, we have Eri and Doomtap on the left, which is a race of two of the best runners in the entire community. And on the right, we have two less experienced players, but definitely two really good runners. So hopefully we get to see two good races.
Yeah, so for Eri, he's world rank 2, and Doom is world rank 5. Just for the viewers here.
Each, I believe, has a 127, maybe a 128. And fearagent, I believe, has a 130 PB. But he's definitely been working hard on getting better as of late.
Definitely no swunsh has a 127. He just cut me recently.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to take that back from him. But yeah. A little bit missed by Eri on that keyguard. Loses a little bit of time. But we'll find that a lot of the time losses in escape don't really amount to a lot of a difference. You know, we'll probably see everyone exiting escape within a matter of seconds from each other. But that's not to say that we can't screw up and have a bad time in this split. We have one of the worst offenders coming up with the ball and chain card. A couple rooms from now.
It looks like everybody did well on this key guard.
Yeah. See if anyone goes for maybe some pot pro strats. There's a couple of different things you can do in this room. Some bad green card RNGs as well can make the room a little annoying.
Looks like everybody went for the flashes except for Swunsh, who did a one pot strat there.
Yeah, we got one pot between the 4 runners, but pretty close times overall. No one getting too far behind. Fearagent did take a hit, but didn't slow him down too much. Now we gotta take Zelda back. Section of escape where not much is happening. We have a lot of rooms in the back half of the split that can be really tricky depending on what the enemies do in the room, but hopefully the dungeon is friendly to them.
Ooh, nice evasion on Doom there. Hallway.
It always feels nice when you don't have to boomerang in that room. Still pretty close. One of the, kind of in my opinion, low-key, one of the worst rooms coming up is the snake hallway. You can get some really bad patterns in that room.
Sometimes the rat in this room before can get you too.
Yeah. That's a bit rough. I'm veering inside. Everyone's having a party near the chest.
Your agent having some issues there, but got through.
He's getting a little low, which isn't a problem. He's not really in risk of dying. He might get some beep frames, but he would have to get hit a couple more times for that to happen. That snake blocking Doomtap there.
Swunch, the only one getting the good key rat.
Yeah. Yeah, the key rat is a bit of a point of pain for everyone, but didn't look like anyone had any real disasters. Okay,
How
things
did
are getting
that
a little worse now. Yeah. Aries just getting popped in every room now. But yeah, everyone's through. Pretty good escapes from Eri and Doomtap. And swunsh and fearagent are right behind as well.
Eri with the 549. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's slightly quick. Yeah, now that escape is done, we get to move on to Eastern Palace, which is far easier than escape, right? Nothing goes wrong in Eastern.
Never.
We have a bit of overall traversal to do, which is kind of boring. Green coming up, you just hold down. Nothing gets in your way, ever.
And it looks like everybody opted to get the Sank Heart.
Yeah, I would be surprised if anyone had skipped that, but it's definitely an option. I've heard tales of people who will skip that in races, but...
Oh yeah, and the last season there were a couple people that did not get it.
Sometimes it's just really, really comfy. Looks like no one had too much trouble on this overworld. You can get kind of really bullied sometimes, take a bunch of damage, but everyone is full health, it looks like.
Coming up on the Stalfos room shortly here.
This room is a little tricky. It's very easy to try to go too fast and screw it up and then lose a lot of time. But with Eri and Doomtap, we only get the 2 skeletons, which is good.
Yeah, that room is very deceiving. You can save a lot of time in there, but
It looks very simple when you see somebody do it, and then it's not. Which kind of applies to a lot of things. This game is actually hard. No one will tell you that, but it's difficult. And the next tricky room coming up is the big key chest. We have to do a damage boost to get to it. Not a super difficult room, but it definitely happens sometimes that you mess up and take some extra damage.
it doesn't look like it was an issue for anybody for that the damage boost. Good.
Pretty well so far, actually. I always feel like once you get past the bow, the game kind of really starts turning on. We have some rooms in the back of Eastern that are...
Yeah, those last 2 rooms in Eastern.
Yeah. And then of course, once we're done with Eastern, we get the boots. So we have that in our future to look forward to.
We see Doom getting a slower RNG on the Zelda Gamer room.
Yeah, that RNG can be really frustrating to deal with. Looks like some pretty good arrow drops there. Oh, swunsh, not so much. Did not get a single arrow drop. That's pretty bad.
Looks like fearagent's rich.
Yeah, fearagent is very rich. He also got more arrows than swunsh did. Swunsh is gonna have to watch his arrow count, really. Having so few is a bit of a problem. He might opt to pick up an optional arrow bot in Desert. But everyone else is pretty stacked on arrows. Eri and Doom both got both arrow drops, so they're both on 12, which is really, really comfy.
So whatever arrows you leave with Eastern, you just add 20 and that's what you'll potentially have for the next boss fight. So that's why we mentioned that Swunch only has 4. Probably only have 24 for the fight unless he gets those arrows that Tam mentioned.
You can get 5 more at the cost of maybe a second, which is kind of a lot, but running out of arrows can lose you way more than 1 second, so especially in a race setting, I think it's pretty high value to get. But yeah, we have boots and now we're dashing. We do spin speed, hopefully. Swunch doesn't get it first try, but gets second try.
Missing spin speed just sucks.
Yeah, it really does, especially the first one. The first one feels like it kind of sets the mood for the rest of them. Everyone's looking pretty good though, other than the one missed spin speed. Eri going for the library spin speed, which
Doom
not many
not.
people elect to go for. Yeah, Doom did not.
Doom just doing the regular dashes. Still really good.
Yeah, I'm a fan of not doing the spin speed, but if you can do it quickly, then it's pretty nice. Fearagent going for it. Does pretty well.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very easy to miss some things even when you get the spin speed. You just walk in front of the door sometimes.
You just saw the runners get a book off the shelves to open up the next dungeon that's coming up here called Desert Palace.
Desert Palace. Pretty straightforward dungeon with one of the least straightforward boss fights in the entire game. Landmer. Not to say that things can't go wrong within Desert, but
This whole
we
section
keep-
is just like dash tutorial, so
yeah, dash a bunch and then try to kill Landmer quickly. We do have to watch our rupee counts. Doomtap is a little bit broke. Eri is not much richer, so they might elect to pick up a rupee pot within the dungeon. But Swunsh and fearagent are pretty good on rupees for now, so they don't have to get anything.
yeah, I like to have at least 9. Just looking forward to the tree pull later, so. Room coming up is a cannonball room. You'll see on Eri's screen, and RNGs can be pretty interesting here. Well, he got the good one though.
It feels nice to get the good RNG. It feels nice to get the bad RNG and then like deal with it well, but I actually don't know how to do that, so
Doomtap got it too.
yeah. Doomtap actually skipping that arrow pod. That's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Both of them actually, I think, skip the arrow pod. That's pretty crazy. I would not have thought to skip those arrows. They did get the extra drop in Eastern, but still, they're only gonna have 27, which is not like a small number. But 30 is definitely a bigger number than 27 is.
I mean, if you're confident with the boss fight,
Yeah,
even
that's
the
true.
practice hack only gives you 24, so.
We did both grab the rupee that Swunsh fearagent did not need to. Doomtap would still like another drop to be comfortable, not needing to get all 4 rupees at the tree pool. Eri has enough, but Doom would really like a blue drop from this room with the Pooh Bears coming up. We saw them both also do desert spin speed, which is very risky, and it's very easy to lose time, even if you don't jump off.
Yeah, it looks like only fearagent didn't do the desert spin speed.
Yeah. I can definitely understand not wanting to do it, even if you do it normally in runs. In a race setting, it's a little terrifying sometimes. But yeah, Landmer coming up. We'll see. Try to count how many cycles everyone gets.
It was a really fast fight for Eri, so. Didn't count though.
Looks like Doomtap is at probably more than 3. Unless this is the 3rd. That might have been the 3rd. But yeah, decent fights for both of them.
Ooh, and we see Doomtap switching to the boomerang there, which
Yeah,
doesn't
pretty
cost
good.
any time.
The hardest part about doing the boomerang menu is remembering to menu correctly on Death Mountain afterwards. Looks like a decent fight from swunsh there. fearagent as well. Pretty good fights all around. Pretty good one from so far. We see a 16:46 desert split time from Eri, which is absolutely insane, especially considering he had Sankar.
And there we see the use of the boom on Doomtap's screen, hitting the pickle. The advantage there.
Yeah, it's a really nice thing about having the boomerang on this overworld is some enemies are just a real pain to deal with, especially these pickles, which you can't slash because they will electrocute you.
Oh, we see Swunch.
Few mess ups on the fake flippers.
Oh, fearagent as well.
Yeah, that's not good for either of them. At least we didn't get hit. That's always the silver lining here.
So Death Mountain has a lot of dead rocks, and
Yes.
at least they didn't get in Area Doom's way. We'll see what happens with Swunch and Fear.
Yeah, that was a really good Death Mountain from both Eri and Doom. Walking into Arrow at full art is always a pretty good accomplishment. Ooh, Swunch getting a little blocked.
Swunch being patient a little bit there. That's
Yeah.
good. Hesitation.
Patience paid off for sure. I would definitely have panicked and got myself blocked. We're going to see Eri and probably Doom as well go for boom strats in this tunnel room, which is a little bit faster but has a lot of potential for messing up and losing time. Eri gets it.
Yeah.
First try though.
Doom gets through cleanly on the main lobby there.
Mhm.
Eri took a hit on one of those Dodongos.
Everyone had pretty friendly Death Mountains overall. Not much damage taken at all. Oh, fearagent messes up the coming off the stairs, has to dash. Eri and Doomtap getting their dash practice in on these pegs.
Gotta warm up those legs.
Yeah. Boots will get rusty if you don't use them. So we're just going for the boomerang strats as well. We'll see what fearagent does.
Eri having a nice Beatles room.
Yeah, the dungeon becomes very difficult and technical at this point. There's a lot of rooms coming up where we can lose a lot of time and a lot of health.
Ooh, do we see a pot spin speed?
Oh, we're seeing an attempt. Okay, we get it.
We do.
Nicely
We see it.
done.
Fear agent.
Right. And fearagent might be behind in this race, but he's ahead in my heart. Looks like a nice EBJ from Eri and from Doom as well.
I'm glad we got one pot spin speed. That's great.
Nice pot throw from Doomtap. I didn't know you could do that. This
Eri
boss
and
fight
Doom.
is, yeah, very difficult. Very infamous for getting out of hand frequently. But some bad bounces from Eri. Cleans it up nicely. Good finds.
Swunsh opted for one of the regular strats for the bomb jump there.
Yeah, the bomb jump is... It saves a lot of time, but it's quite difficult. It's pretty common to see people not do it until they get really, really low on PB. Because it kind of just, especially in a race, it's a very easy way to have your run just die.
Ooh, and fearagent does the bonk.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of different strategies there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of difference between what swunsh did and what fearagent did. Kind of a matter of preference. We see fearagent grabbing some extra hearts before this boss fight.
Doomtap having to pick up all the rupees from this tree pull.
Yeah, that feels so
You want
bad.
you want at least 24.
Ideally, you skip the far right one because that one is so slow to get. Which Eri was able to do. Fearagent has the option of potentially trying to skip a red by grabbing the blues.
Ooh, I just realized we see a low arrow count on Swunch's screen there.
Oh yeah, he didn't grab any extra. He might have to grab this one.
And he does.
Yeah. That's good awareness. It's really, really bad to be low on arrows at this point. We want a lot of them for Castle Tower and Pod. He's actually still a little low, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that extra pod.
Ooh.
Oh no! He gets the heart back, but getting hit there is really, really bad. Getting hit will make this triple only give us blue rupees. We want to not get hit to get reds, so he's gonna have to do a backup triple in the castle courtyard. That bush guard is totally RNG in this. It feels so bad when you get it. It's very hard to react to sometimes.
Yeah, so as Eri comes into the courtyard here, we're going to see that backup strat in play.
Yeah, no one else, hopefully, will be grabbing that triple. Luckily,
Yeah,
he
and the
did get the heart
yeah.
back.
In the
And
Lost
being there,
Woods, a lot of
beams.
things can get you.
Yeah, for sure. Having beams is quite a lot better than not having beams, so I'm sure he's not going to be happy about the triple, but it could be a lot worse if he had got that hard drop. We see here he uses beams in this room. He's going to use beams in the next room, and in many other rooms, hopefully. The Agatower done. Oh no, he loses beams again. This room is pretty bad sometimes, but I was gonna say that this room is one of my... This segment, rather, is one of my favorite segments in the entire run. There's a lot of rooms that are pretty fun and challenging. It's very satisfying to do this dungeon well.
Yeah.
It is very possible to do it not well and to lose time, as we are seeing.
I think Aga Tower is like a GT Junior.
Yeah, it's definitely the light world GT in a way.
And I was looking at Fear's screen, and it looks like I don't think anybody did pick up Mushroom. So,
Yeah, no mushroom pickups.
safety's here.
Looks like Doom also... Things not going super smooth for him either.
We have some runners in the chat, giving us some spoilers.
Yeah, these are not the castle towers I think either of them were hoping to have, but sometimes getting through is the accomplishment that you need.
Oh, but they're still really fast.
Yeah, for sure. Swunsh has managed to keep his beams. We'll see if he can hold on to them. It'll save a bit of time.
Gets through that room.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. He does the arrow strat, even with beams. But he's now out of arrows, which is really bad. Even with the 5 that he's going to grab in this next room, it's not enough. So he's going to lose some extra time in pod as well. But yeah, blue balls, this is a thing that happens, I guess. They might get blue balls, they might get not blue balls. It's looking like we're not getting not blue balls.
I have definitely not kept track.
Yeah, no, it's quite difficult to count. We would obviously rather not have blue balls, but it kind of looks like maybe 2 for Doom. There is at least 3. Maybe 3. We'll see about swunsh. 2 and 3 are totally acceptable amounts of blue balls to have.
Those are really good numbers to have.
Yeah, it's about a 12-second difference, but ultimately, in terms of what it means for your run, it's not the end of the world, and 12 seconds is a lot less than a lot of the potential time losses that can happen in the Dark World, so really the race still anyone's to take.
I'm not really sure what's going on with fearagent's stream right now.
Yeah.
But hopefully that gets figured out.
Maybe some internet issues or something. Hopefully we get it solved. Feels like when you mess up on lander and you start dry firing arrows. Looks like swunsh is not. Maybe a 3. I think that was 3 as well for him.
If it is, we're getting some good RNG today.
Yeah, this is pretty good, especially in a race. You
for a race setting, feels more evenly matched up.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, so while fearagent is doing the same thing over and over again, we're going to see the other 3 do the same thing over and over again in pod, where we make several trips through the dungeons to grab keys and then mirror out. We have to grab a couple of small keys and a big key before we head to the back, where we will grab our hammer and do a trick that can be a pain sometimes.
Yeah, so in pod, we're always coming back to the same entrance room there. It's the most revisited room in the game for the run.
It might be, yeah. We saw a bomb drop there from maybe Birth. Someone got the bomb drop. I already forgot who it was, but bomb drop is nice.
So Doomtap has a little bit of a lead on Eri right now.
Yeah. See swunsh a minute or so behind them. Yeah, the bomb drop that Doomtap got is not necessary. You can do totally fine without getting the bomb drop, but it's It's very comfortable to have. It gives you a bit of room for error later on.
Doomtap doing hammer jump right now.
Yeah, we get to the hammer jump.
Just using sword buffers. Very nice.
Yeah, same for Eri. Nice hammer jumps. He has a very nice arrow count as well. He's quite
Swunsh.
drops.
His bomb a little too far there, and he picks up some drops there.
Yeah, we see him grab the arrow bomb. He was.
You don't normally see people do that.
Yeah, he didn't really need that one. There are other ones you can get that I think are quicker, but yeah. He gets the extra palm drop while he does it, which might just be a safety thing. Ooh, Eri having a little trouble. He gets the 10 drop, which is maybe not necessary, but
That was quite an interesting mimics that Eri had.
yeah, Doomtap also got the 10 drop, but he didn't have to go out of his way for it, so I'm sure he's feeling he has a lot of arrows right now.
Ooh, and fearagent, his stream is back up and running.
Yeah, we have fearagent back. It looks like he's managed to keep up pretty well. It looks like 2 blue balls, I think, from his splits, which is perfect parity with the Dark World race, 2 vs 3.
Eri and Doom have that similar turtle RNG here. Doom taking some damage.
Yeah, swunsh messed up the bomb jump, so he has to retry here. Good thing he got that extra bomb jump. Now they're both close to tie after all that. So we have races. Pretty nice Helmasaur from Doomtap. A very friendly Helmasaur that just came downwards to let us hit him.
Eri and Doom successfully getting past Helmasaur King.
Like a pretty nice pod from Doomtap. Not a bad one from Eri either. Aside from the mimics, of course. We'll see how swunsh and fearagent do. Fear gets so many arrows.
So many.
Yeah,
Everybody has a healthy amount right now.
He didn't know he was going to get the 10 drop, and he was terrified of being low, but then he did get the 10 drop. So now he's rich. But yeah, everyone has a pretty good arrow count actually, so. But good on that front. Fearagent is low on bombs. I didn't see what happened. You would like to have more bombs than this right now. Salt from both of them with the turtles. It can be deceptively annoying. When it's going right, it feels so easy, but one thing goes wrong and then you start feeling really bad about it. We see that swunsh didn't do the spin speed method for Helmasaur, which is kind of a technique that people adopted somewhat recently. He's kind of got to be careful here. Oh. Pause buffer? No! He got hit. Oh, that's really bad. He got the total hit, which gave him one less hit in the fight, and then Things kind of spiraled out of control there in phase 2, which is really bad. Fearagent does get through successfully, but that's quite unfortunate, but it's definitely something that can happen. This fight is not a fight that is a surprise to die on, really. Eri and Doom, though, have made their way through the Thieves Town overworld. They picked up their flute. They're now activating it. This overworld section is quite long, but we do a kind of cross-map trek from the east of the map to the west, and we grab the flute. We obviously hope to see swunsh continue to play. He's definitely still in this race. There's a lot of things that can happen in this game. Oh, the Skullbush. Doomtap was cursed with the Skullbush there. Eri gets almost no lag. Much better screen for him than for Doom.
Alright, I think I'm back here. Yep.
Swunsh being very patient this time. He has more health, so he can be a little more risky, but he gets through the fight. This is kind of one of the less difficult and less variable splits in the Dark World. Things kind of do damage, but in a lot of rooms it's quite simple to avoid the enemies. There's some rooms where that's not true. The Hellway coming up is one of them. You can kind of get RNG that just ruins your day, like Eri does. He has to maneuver around a little bit.
Wait.
He avoids damage, but you can take a lot of damage in that room when things go badly.
Hellway is interesting because even if you get the God Pixel, it can scam you in the second half of that hallway.
Yeah, it can scam you in a lot of places. He did get the pixel, but then RNG decided not to let him have it. Doomtap, on the other hand, made it through very cleanly. But yeah, a lot of things in this dungeon do 2 hearts of damage, which sounds like a lot. But in general, deaths in Thieves Town are somewhat rare. They do happen, but in general we should kind of see everyone being pretty chill, hopefully. Fearagent took some damage, which is not great, but
Agent entering these here.
got some hearts. Eri and Doom have beams, which is not necessary for doing the dungeon fast, but it saves us a little bit of time on blind. Continuing to be completely rich with 23 arrows. And the extra bomb as well.
Boss fight here. It's called Blind. Anything you want to say about it, Tim?
Yeah, we hope we get some good blind RNG because it can be pretty bad if you don't. Looks like things are going pretty well so far there.
Here for the hottest blind RNG.
Yeah. Good fight from Doomtap. Looks like he didn't get the same time save that Eri just got for having beams, but quite a quick fight. The two continue to be mostly in lockstep throughout the entire run, which is quite exciting.
Fearagent had a semi-decent hellway there.
Mm. Yeah, he's down at an extra heart now, but things are still fine for him. Swunsh is still full health, which is always good.
Swunsh finishing up the apple tree area. Nobody really had an issue there, but sometimes that part can really get you.
This is where we grab the section of the game where we grab the single best item, which is the tempered sword. Having a tempered sword makes this game feel so much better.
Get so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things will start dying in one hit, which is really, really helpful. Doomtap will have to pay 10 rupees and have rupee lag, or worse rupee lag than everyone as a result of having fewer rupees.
Hampered sword.
Yes. I've been known to pick up this sword from time to time.
Like what Fearagent just did. He did a double slash to get across that conveyor bridge.
Yeah, these down going pretty well for him so far. Swunsh as well. Not having any problems so far.
Swunsh having a tough hellway.
This definitely happens to everyone. There's not a lot you can do about getting bad RNG. He does manage to make it through. You can definitely be a lot slower and take a lot more damage than that. We get some huge fence dash gaming.
Easy peasy for these guys.
Yeah. Pretty solid results from both Eri and Doom.
Fearagent.
Yeah, also the good blind RNG.
Doom is in the mummy room right now, which ruined some people's lives.
Yeah, all of our lives. Very popular room. This room can very quickly spiral out of control, and not in a way where you lose a couple seconds in one heart. You can very easily lose like 10 seconds in 4 hearts if it goes badly. But it looks like it was pretty good for both Doom and Eri. Doom taking some damage there, which was quite strange. Not a very good room, but there's Eri's Bush Skull. He's now on parity with Doomtap. Looks like Swunsh finishing up Thieves Town mostly without incident, just like Fearagent. Down 1 heart for Skullwards and Eri misses the key. Being down 1 heart is not the end of the world. You really generally end up with more health than you need, but Mothula is a fight that can also kind of get out of control. And you can die if you have some bad luck and some mishaps in that fight.
Ooh, Swunsh's blind fight.
Okay,
ooh, safe. Safe.
Got a little bit of bad RNG there, but he handled it fine. Managed to survive. Seen some pretty good back of skulls from Eri and Doom. This is another section that feels very satisfying to pull off. Eri got the hand in the back, which is huge.
Fight on Doom's side. Only one spike there. Yeah.
One spike from both of them, very nice. Maybe behind, but he's managed to collect currently 5 more bombs than fearagent has. We'll see if fearagent's bomb count comes into play. He's gonna need quite a few for Ice Palace.
Yeah, swunsh definitely has some comfy bombs there.
Yeah, Fear might need to elect to choose to grab some extra bomb drops that you wouldn't normally grab. We want a lot of them in Ice Palace, and then we would like to not be completely out, but it's fine if we are.
See Doomtap and Eri going slowly to Ice Palace here. One of the best splits in this game.
Yeah, this overworld in particular is one of the most difficult, and then the dungeon itself is also one of the most difficult. Eri and Doom both getting the Spear Tink RNG. You'll love to see it.
Picking up the sign for us. Very nice.
Yeah. Just in case we weren't sure where we were. We'll see how they approach the lottery. Doomtap and Eri both. Oh, lottery. That's pretty bad luck. It's quite rare to get hit. You can choose to do a separate dash line that's a little slower, but guarantees that you don't get hit. We'll see if Eri goes for some 50-50 hard drops, because you would really like to have full health. He gets that one.
Ooh, and he still gets the quick fish. Wow.
Yeah, quick fish with the top push is pretty impressive. Fearagent getting blocked by that fire snake. That's pretty rough. He's down a little bit of health. He got hit by his bomb, so he must have grabbed some extra health from somewhere, but he's currently down again.
He definitely got all the hearts he needed.
Yeah. That's quite nice. Being without beams in Ice Palace just feels so bad. Fearagent got the full magic drop in the back, which is kind of funny. I think it saves time if you have enough health. Because of the refill at the end of the dungeon.
As Zora's domain that Doom and Eri just are currently in, you can lose so much time on that screen. Huge one, so.
That's a very difficult screen. Fearagent got a good 2 spike moth. Slightly slower than Eri and Doom, but still quite good. But he has just 2 bombs, which is really not enough for Ice Palace. He's gonna have to grab an extra one.
Ooh, we see a good strat there on Doom's side.
Yeah.
Is that the Louis strat?
Making it through that screen can be difficult sometimes. So it's nice to see that they both make it with beams. Here's the first room we want beams for. We want to kill these guys. If we try slashing them from up close... Oh, nice magic drop from Doom. If we try slashing them, they can zap us. They both kind of got blocked a little by the berry. So Eri is down 1 magic, which is fine. He can grab 2 magics at the end of the dungeon. Doomtap got his 1 extra magic drop, so he won't need an extra magic. Swunch's turn in the back of Skullwards. Looks like it's going well so far. He did not get blocked by the fire snake.
No, he did not. Your agent doesn't get lotteried. That's good.
I like to not see anybody else get lotteried. Not that bad of a fight from swunsh. That was starting to look like it might have gotten a bit out of control, but he managed to clean it up. So not a bad score, it's for sure.
He's making his way through now.
Yeah, he's definitely doing his best to try to catch up. But fearagent is also doing his best to stay ahead.
Coming up on one of the best bosses this game has to offer, Cold Stare.
This is the boss fight that some people really don't like because it's very easy to die or to lose 10 plus seconds. I think a lot of people, pretty much everyone, goes through a period of having a bit of a mental block maybe with this fight because it can be quite challenging to learn. But
Getting some spoilers from our runners.
okay, I thought that was going to be a lot worse based on Doomtap saying something, but he tricked us. Okay, they both have decent fights.
Classic strats.
Yeah, that was actually a really good ice palace from both of them. Yeah, this is one screen where fearagent could have killed the Zora to get a bomb drop. He does get hit, which is a little bad because of losing beams there.
Yeah, that screen, it's just hard to navigate that space.
Yeah. Oh, the bomb drop, he gets it, okay. That was really good for fearagent. He kind of needed that.
I didn't know.
Swunsh.
Didn't know he did that. Nice.
3 quick fishes.
This is where we get some. Wait.
Yeah, we have the shopping segment of the run where some people do things that are not really shopping, but we see Eri going straight to Swamp Palace, whereas Doomtap is going to Death Mountain. He's gonna get the Ether Medallion from up here. Eri is not getting it, he'll get it before Mizurumaya. And then there's the Ice Rod as well, that we will also have to get at some point, which Eri, I think, will get with Ether, and I'm not sure when Doom gets it, but probably in Turtle Rock, so we might be split up for a while on these two.
In chat says, see you in TR.
Yeah, that's, I think, to do with the shopping. These two are having a very close race, so it's a little sad that we don't get to see how close they remain.
Fearagent having a little trouble with IPBJ there.
Yeah, this is not super uncommon. It's not an easy trick. He does get a second try, which is nice. And he has bombs to spare now, which is definitely a relief. Yeah, Swamp Palace is kind of... it's difficult in a different way to Ice Palace, where Ice Palace is a kind of a dungeon that can really have huge time losses and potentially kill you on things like Cold Stare. We probably won't see that in Swamp. Instead, we're more likely to see a lot of rooms where things just go kind of wrong. Where we take 1 heart in a room, maybe 2. It's kind of very challenging and annoying because of all the enemies that move in not always predictable ways.
Damn, I agree that the room going kind of wrong, that keeps happening and keeps happening.
Yeah.
All adds
Eri
up.
gets his arrow drop, so that's good for Eri. He was kind of hoping for that. Doomtap is past. Oh, that really is bad for fearagent.
That hurts. And I
He
think we're gonna
needs-
see.
Yeah, so he doesn't
We'll
have
see where he
magic
goes.
to immediately retry the dungeon. He might kill the pickles to try to get some, or he might just go and do swamp, which is kind of the other option. Do swamp and get the magic refill from there, which it looks like he's doing.
We see him go get ether right now.
Mhm.
At least his Death Mountain was pretty good.
It's,
Not painful.
yeah, this is why people are afraid of Cold Stare. It's very easy for things like that to happen. Cold Stare does so much damage, and it is so out of control if you don't kill him quickly.
But with the differences in shopping, it's I'm not too familiar with the times that we want to see, but they tell who's in the lead just yet.
We really might not know until Total Rock, assuming nothing bad happens to either of them. Fearagent getting both of his items right now.
This is a
The
long
dreaded-
swamp, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the dreaded long swamp. Swunsh makes it through Cold Stare, so he takes the lead in the race with Fearagent because of that. The Cold Stare death is not only quite common, but it's also one of the most costly, if not the most costly death that you can kind of really have. And it's going to be very hard to tell exactly how far apart they are, with Fearagent not finishing Ice Palace until later. They're going to be a little split up.
With 30 arrows.
He chooses to go to restock room, which might be wanting to skip both chests, the arrow chest in GT. That wasn't really necessary, but I'm not actually sure if it's quicker. He grabs the extra bomb, which he also didn't need, but that might be a race safety thing.
Interesting.
Because if you don't have the extra bomb and you mess up something in Maya, you will have to use the extra bomb, and then you'll be sad because you won't have it.
Had a really good zero cycle there on Ares' side.
Yeah. Zero cycle very far from being easy. We'll see if we do Doomtap gets it as well. It's not like going for it and failing isn't like bad compared to not going for it, but it's definitely bad compared to going for it and not getting it, or getting it rather. And it's really a fight that you have to put a lot of practice into to be able to get it consistently. But Doomtap does good as well, which is good.
Very nice. Depending on how that zero cycle goes, you don't always save the max amount of seconds, just on how quick it goes and everything.
See Aaron making his shopping trip. He'll grab either. And then we might be close for a second, but I think Eri will grab the ice rod. And they will continue to be separated.
With the boomer shopping, the one nice thing to watch is the hook climb, but other than that,
Hook climb is the kind of the reason to do it, really, because it does save a little bit of time. And it feels nice. Yeah. But but the risk is that taking damage on the Maya overworld is very, very bad. Not just for taking damage and being low on health, but because beams... Maya is another dungeon where having beams will save us quite a lot of time, especially in Maya 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't realize it, but it's just really important to have like full hearts on a lot of these dungeons.
Especially in Maya, where we're going to be taking a lot of damage intentionally. We're going to be taking 3 hearts of damage for a key in the dungeon, and we're probably going to be taking at least 5, depending on how well you do the fight, on Vitreous. And Vitreous can very easily make up the remaining health that you have if you get hit. So this is another boss where dying is not super uncommon. Hope we got a little bit away from Doomtap there in Maya 2.
There's one of my favorites. Short and sweet. Or long and deadly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty kind of consistent dungeon once you have some practice in it. It's not super difficult. Obviously, things can go wrong, especially on Vitreous, but in general, it's kind of a bit of a breather before tackling the real endgame, starting at Total Rock. Nice fast Maya 2 from Eri there, that's really nice. Saved a decent amount of time over what Doomtap did, but...
And Doom has a torch time of 103.46.
Quite a good torch time. Obviously, he doesn't have Ice Rod, so he's going to be a little ahead of Eri to the torches, but... definitely like to see it. We see fearagent approaching Argus. He grabs some hearts. He was a little low. Argus can do some damage if you start taking the fight slowly. Usually you don't get hit, but if you do get hit, you get very close to dying very quickly, so it's not a bad decision to grab the hearts.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but from the torch time, ideally it's 20 minutes till the end of the game, right? Something like that?
Yeah, around 20 minutes, give or take, depending on whether you got the Ice Rod or not, and obviously depending on how good you are. For a lot of people, it's going to be more than 20 minutes, because not all of us can play as well as Eri and Doomtap can. But yeah, with a 103 torches time from Doomtap, and even Eri's 104, they're both definitely capable of getting a 123, which is ridiculously impressive, especially in a race. In fact, Doomtap is kind of having a really, really good run. He's been very close to gold for quite a number of splits in a row. And not to say that Eri isn't doing bad, or isn't doing well as well, they're actually both on very impressive runs.
Ox in chat said Doomtap's PB is exactly 20 minutes. That's crazy.
People say 20 minutes, but actually getting 20 minutes is very, very difficult. It looks like Fear was successful on Argus. I didn't quite catch what happened in the fight, but he had a decent amount of health, so presumably nothing went too right.
Want to say anything on this spooky stuff?
Yeah, that was a glitch that happened. It was spooky. I saved a lot of time with it. That's the thing that would cause us to run out of bombs if we messed up, but thankfully neither Eri nor Doomtap messed it up.
Like what Doomtap did there. The
Yeah, nice features.
sword slashes for timing.
There's a handful of things you can do for timing in that fight. If you get all the eyeballs down before the lightning attack, then he'll pop up at the exact same time. But we're very close to reaching the convergence point of what Eri and Doomtap have done. After Doomtap gets the Ice Rod and they both land on Death Mountain, we'll have an idea of how far apart or how close they are. But this is still a very, very close race for the two of them. We see fearagent making his return trip to Ice Palace. Hopefully it goes better than the first one.
One of the things about return trips to Ice Palace is sometimes you go in and you realize, I don't have bombs, but it's good he still has a good amount right now.
Yeah, he picked up some extra bombs, I think. So he's on top of that. Oh, this room goes a little badly. He restocks on bombs again, which is nice to see. But losing beams for this room is a bit of a pain, especially when the guy's gonna electrocute like that. Oh wait, he doesn't have to kill him. I forgot about that.
Doom is going to get his Ice Rod now, just before he goes to Turtle Rock. And
we're going to see they're really close. They're really, really close. Aries maybe 1 second ahead, 2 seconds. This is such a close race.
now look, a few seconds apart for Death Mountain here.
Mm-hmm.
With Doom getting some damage there.
Swunsh having a little bit of trouble with Maya too, but cleaned it up a little bit.
Having some trouble, but still having full hearts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got the heart drop, which helped him get back to full health. But the Fire Snake decided to take that heart back.
Are these overworld screens? Overworld screens for Turtle Rock are rough if it was pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite challenging. There's some RNG that can really be problematic, and then if you get blocked anywhere, then you just lose 8 seconds because of the dead rocks. So it's quite unpleasant, and you obviously want
Fear.
Oh, jeez. You obviously want to keep... Oh,
no!
Oh, he was so close.
Like this.
Really unfortunate. That really does happen to everyone, though. This fight is probably the most common place to die in the run.
Oh. Looks like we have a forfeit.
Yeah, it's hard to blame him after 2 cold stare deaths.
Yeah, it totally messes you mentally, especially.
Yeah, I mean, he also has to figure out magic for this dungeon again somehow. And it's on top of it all. It's just you're upset because it's not good to die. But
good try.
Yeah, it was a good run. He was doing pretty well. Definitely a lot of moments in that run for him to feel good about.
And I definitely know that feeling. So
yeah.
I think we all do. We all know what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see it in Turtle Rock. Doomtap took quite a lot of damage on the overworld. He doesn't even have beams after the fairy drop, which is a little bit of problem potential. Wow, that
chomp.
Yeah. But yeah, he would like the magic drop now, because if he has no beams and no magic drop, then he gets a little low on resources. Eri grabs that arrow pod. I guess he is really trying to skip the chests.
Yeah, Eri's just in abundance.
Mm-hmm. Doomtap is going for it as well, but he's going to be pretty short on arrows if he doesn't grab a chest. We'll see how well it works out for him. Might be climbing with 8, if I'm counting right. I'm probably not.
I love Pokey's 1. It's my favorite room in the game.
Really? You like it?
It's because I died in the past 2 races in that room.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, it can be a difficult room if you don't do things right.
Yeah, you did mention something about the magic with Doom, and it's very possible to not have magic when you need it on some of those last rooms, and it gets so tough.
Very common to get a drop, but it's not necessarily a guarantee that it drops in a place that's easy to grab. But he did get it. Both him and Eri both got the magic drop. And we see swunsh finished with Vitreous. Looks like it was a pretty good split from him.
Gotta be when you end up with 6 hearts like that. I mean, the fight at least. I like this room, the laser skip.
Yeah, this room can be fun. It can be... there's a lot of different strategies you can do. Some of them are obviously faster than others. They're both probably... Oh, Doomtap takes it a little slower than Eri does, but he also gets hit, which is not great. Eri made it through quite quickly. Oh, that was so rude. Oh, he doesn't even get the heart. He kind of wanted that heart to be on 5. Nothing should really go wrong on Trinex, but if we take a hit on Trinex, it's going to do 4 hearts of damage. So he would like to have 5.
The area with the double poke.
Yeah, he
on
did the
Trinex.
Very nice. Saves a little bit of time.
Helps on the refill time there.
Mm-hmm. That fire shot. Eri definitely kind of opened the gap a little bit with this double rock. It was quite clean for him. Doomtap had some troubles on the overworld and on Laser Bridge. But still quite close. A lot of things can swing it one way or the other in GT, so the race is definitely still on. Oh, jeez.
Dead rock.
That's so unfortunate. Oh, he's rubbing salt in the wound.
The dead rocks, man.
Yeah. He was so close to having beams in Turtle Rock, but...
I really remember the last time I had beams in Turtle Rock. Yes, Ganon's Tower. Very difficult, very satisfying though.
This is easily the hardest split of the game, but it's also such a... It feels so good when you have a good Ganon's Tower. There's a lot of rooms of reading enemy RNG in combat that can be annoying if you get bad RNG, but can be really good if you execute it well. So we have to go out big key first. There's the ice armors fight, as well as some rooms. Eri will be skipping an arrow. They'll both be skipping the arrow chests, so
Eri will also be skipping the spike.
yeah,
Pretty
that's
good.
nice. Swunsh going out of his way for the heart and the magic there. He obviously doesn't have a lot of pressure to be fast. You would not normally do that in a run, probably. Maybe if you were very low on health, but definitely a bit of a safety given the situation.
Hardly ever see anybody get those.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
not
say
the worst thing to grab them, but
Doomtap did also get that spike skip. That was nice.
yeah, they're both doing quite well so far. Eri making sure to drop his bomb. We would like to be at 0 for a lot of these points because it would make things slightly quicker. And it also just makes menus consistent. It's sometimes very easy to forget that you have the extra bomb and menu incorrectly.
Doom doesn't need to go for Mike's chest here, but
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's slightly low on arrows than Eri, but he has enough. So
you need 18 for the fight. So
yeah, 18 for the fight, and then you would like 10, 9 you can get away with. Maybe any more than that is nice, but not very necessary. Some more mimic balls.
Ooh, swunch with the god pokies.
Yeah, you love to see the god pokies. It saves a lot of time, actually. It's kind of ridiculous. Eri went out of his way to grab arrows. He doesn't strictly need them, but having extra arrows is quite good for the gauntlet. There's a lot of strats that go very nicely with having arrows.
The Ganon Ball Z RNG is the fast one. That's like the best one to memorize.
Yeah, Doomtap not going for the new Spike Room strat. I wonder if that's because of only having 2 arrows, or if he just doesn't like it. I'm not sure what he normally does. Yeah, slightly slower Ganon Ball Z as well.
The gauntlet can really screw you over.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of RNG in these rooms. It kind of feels like it's a lot of the time your fault if something goes wrong, but there's really a lot of things to react to and a lot of things that can go wrong. It's very rare to have a super clean gauntlet. Maybe not for these guys because they're so good, but
both of them get the 1 cycle Lanmo too there.
like
Nice.
Even while swunsh has made his way through Total Rock, seems like it was pretty good. No major disasters. He has enough health to survive a Trinix hit if he needs it.
Swunches should be fine here.
On kind of the last floor of GT, it's quite technical. Eri missing the fire red shot. I'm not sure if he was planning on skipping the magic, but he definitely can't now. See if he goes for the hover. The race is close enough that he might feel that he needs to go for it. He's not going to. No hover from Eri. It saves a couple of seconds. It's pretty decent, but obviously you risk falling and losing a lot of time.
Yeah, high risk, high reward.
But yeah, Doomtap is right on his heels with about enough Ganon Wops from Eri. He might not really. This can still be a very close race.
Let's start with Aga 2. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, Aga 2 is also a place where we can lose time. We would like to get a 3 cycle. 2 cycle is ideal, but not always possible.
Oh, that was a pretty good setup too for a 3.
That might
this one as well.
1, but I think it was 2.
Oh, but he got the balls there.
Yeah, we would like to not see the blue balls because it. Yeah, he only got 1 hit. That's so tragic. He got the double up hit on the first cycle. So.
Set up for Doomtap as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been totally a 2 cycle.
Yeah, Doomtap right on Eri's heels. This is really going to come down to Ganon.
Wonder how many warps we'll get today.
Yeah, with a lot of warps, Eri might not even get to have a say. It's very unlikely, obviously, but we've all had those days where it feels like Ganon chooses to warp infinitely. But we'll see.
Yeah, but not, not like a 30+ warp or something.
Yeah, well, we would hope not.
Ooh, that strat from Swunsh, that was interesting.
Yeah, it's not just time to go through GT. We'll see how well he does it. Oh man, Eri's just not getting warps actually. He saw that the race was close and decided not. Okay, he gets one. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, it stopped.
Okay.
Was that like
The
3?
warping stopped, but I think it was 4. The Doomtap is right behind him. He gets the blue Ganon, which is quite unfortunate. Oh man, this is so close. That blue Ganon might actually really end up mattering. The blue Ganon can be quite bad if you don't get the spin off of it. But it does set up for triples.
Wow. This is a race for sure.
Oh my god! Doomtap
dude.
gets it first?
He gets a dash off. See how close this
They're
is?
both gonna finish?
Oh my goodness.
God. Okay,
Um,
let's see, based on the race time room, Doomtap finishes
Seconds.
123.43. Eri finishes 123.45.
Wow, 2 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
No, it doesn't show on the live split there, but on the race time. Wow.
Yeah. Doomtap had such a good Ganon fight with no warps and then no blue Ganon. That's pretty insane. But, wow, GG to both of them. That was such a crazy run.
That's GG.
But meanwhile, swunsh, of course, we can't forget about him starting his Ganon climb. He's pretty stocked up on arrows. He must have got some drops.
Healthy too for the gauntlet. Be good there. We'll probably get an interview here soon too. We'll see. Wants to talk.
Yeah, hopefully we get them in to talk about that, because that was really exciting.
Yeah, I think this might be the first time we see like 2 123s in a league race.
No,
this is something.
This was a really, really good race and super close. Shoutouts to Doomtap, only being plus 12 on PB. I think it might be less actually because he wanted to press done in the race time room before splitting.
Yeah, plus 12.
So he might be plus 8 on PB with 2 blue balls. That's quite impressive, especially in a race.
That was something.
Yeah, that was really great to watch. Kind of a shame about the Ganon fight, but Eri and Doom both were gaming super hard in the end game there. Still swunsh. Doing pretty well on GT. There's a lot of things that can go wrong that didn't go wrong, so we're glad to see that.
He's getting there. Man, I think starting from Eve's, Doom just started chunking down his time. I look at his splits.
Doomtap was really, really gaming, honestly, compared to his PB.
Barry in chat. Hey,
Yeah, joined by
GG.
Harry. Congrats, GG.
Yo, thank you.
Oh man.
How did you feel about that run?
Yeah, I don't know. Mimics are a problem. And I don't know, like, aside from Agate Tower through pod, and then I guess not hovering in GT, the run was really, really good. But yeah, I can't complain. Like, I played very well overall, and Doom just kept up for all of it.
Yeah, you had a blue Ganon, and I don't think Doom did. So
Yeah, 4 wars plus blue Ganon. I probably could have, like, if I got the spin off, but I poked him. So there is a lot of what ifs, but I don't know. It's
still amazing. I was gonna say that this is the very first time there have been 2 123s in a league race, Eri.
yeah. I mean, it was a really fun race to watch on the side. No complaints either way.
Like swunsh got a 3-cycle lag or 2, I think. Pretty nice finish off to his GT climb. It's been a pretty good run from swunsh since the Helm saw death, so it seems he didn't get too frustrated by that, which is good. Yeah, Ari, this was a rematch from the finals of Season 1 of League. How did you feel about playing Doom so much earlier in the League this time?
I mean, I'd rather have it be in week 4 again, obviously, but with the random pairings in the Swiss system, like, it's bound to happen at some point. It's just a shame because Doom is, like, by far, well, not by far, but he is the toughest opponent, and I'm still not completely recovered from COVID, so I was a little bit worried that I just wouldn't be able to focus all the way through. On the other hand, I don't think it impacted my gameplay at all this run, so in the end it was just a really good match. And if you want to go 4-0, you have to beat him at any point.
You guys are like a Clash of the Titans, so
It actually looks like he golded GT from what it looks like on his splits. So that's pretty nice.
I just noticed that too. A 721. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fast.
And even after that pod, I was on pace for my best Dark World after Turtle Rock, so that's really good.
Watching you guys, especially after pod, you guys were both so close and you kept gaming too hard. It was such a treat to watch, and then you chose to split up and ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. You can blame Doom. Can't help that he picks the inferior route.
We're joined by Doom. GG to you.
Thank you, GG's.
Yeah,
2 second GG, man.
I didn't get to watch the race as thoroughly as I wanted to. I'm definitely going to watch it back immediately after this interview to see what happened. I guess overall my run was pretty acceptable, except for the Turtle Rock. Everything else was average or better. Yeah. I just wanted it to be a close race. I'm glad that's what we got.
It was apparently close all the way through after Agon.
Yeah.
This race was ridiculously close.
Yeah, from my end, I had an insane run until I got bush guarded in Lost Woods.
I didn't see what happened, but I assumed that is what happened. I saw you getting the backup rupees, and I saw the chat saying, "Oh no."
Yeah, and then Kasatara wasn't great. And then Pod, I messed up Mimics again. But aside from that, like, everything in the Dark World was just really good. but I didn't hover in GT, and I got a
I
force cycle.
didn't
I got two.
I would have hovered if I were on PB pace, but the Turtle Rock was too bad.
Yeah, I think that's the only little hiccup there. Otherwise, your Dark World within like 2 to 3 seconds of all your golds. Crazy.
Yeah, I noticed there was a lot of scenarios where things just didn't go my way. Like the beat the fireball room in Mire, I got hit going down the stairs. Like the firebar just was in front of the stairs. That's never happened to me before, and there was a lot of things like that. Like the bomb in front of the Ice Rod cave. It seemed like the game wanted me to lose to some extent.
I did notice that fireball, and then like it just gave you time to dash instead of just blowing it like you normally do.
I got Blood Read in Ice Palace as well.
Oh yeah,
I did see that.
You're good enough to get the two 50-50 Europes.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 chances for 50-50, so it's like, I guess, 50% chance. So it's not too bad.
I got to pull out the 6-slash cold stare because I didn't slash my sword for the poke and I panicked.
I said something to some classic strats.
Yeah, retro strats. 2013.
But it wasn't a 0 warps cannon then? Or...
Yeah, I think it was a gold. I missed the split because I was trying to split in race time. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. Yeah, it was just 0 warps early, doubling and triples. My gold didn't have that.
Okay. Yeah, I got 4 into blue, so okay.
Aw, yeah. Cool and fair game.
I mean, that's NMG, right? I mean,
yeah.
This time would have still been enough for 99% of the races, so if I have to lose to you with a run like this, I really can't complain, because you gamed out of your mind.
Yeah, that was really great.
Which is not going to join us for an interview, so I guess let us know if you do have any final thoughts you might want to say about the race.
Nothing specifically, just appreciate the commentary. It seemed like it was a short notice thing. I'm glad we got a restream of all the racers.
Yeah, and then we didn't even get a close race. Damn. Too bad. But yeah, Eri, any final thoughts from you?
Oh no, thanks for the race. Doom, you better not blow it for the rest.
There's no way I would do that.
Alright then, thank you all so much for watching. Big shout out to Retro and to Tam for doing commentary, and of course to all 4 racers, even if it didn't work out for fearagent this time. So Doom and swunsh take the victories here. And that's all she wrote for now. Thank you all for watching so much. We're gonna be back with more action from the No Magic Glitches League Season 2 in the next few days, and with more stuff on ZSR. For now, that's all I have to say. So thank you all for watching, and bye bye.
There's no way I would do that.
Alright then, thank you all so much for watching.